Hello everyone, let me walk you through those gift tags. You'll start with your Word document and you're going to go to Insert and you're going to go to Online Pictures and you're going to type in the clip art that you're looking for. I'm going to be looking for Play-Doh clip art because that's going to be the gift to my students. In your search, there'll be lots of options. You choose what works for you. I'm going to go for more of a label look, so I'm going to use this one and I'll just put Insert. I'll drag the corners in and size it down, and I'm just going to change the wrap on it, move it over a little bit, and now I'm going to go Insert and Word Art. And I'm going to type in the sentiment that you saw, which was my teachers really didn't. Well, actually, I didn't put really on my tags. I just put my teachers didn't. So let me fix that. Okay. And now at this point, you can highlight your words. Go over, not here, that's the shape. Go over to the text option right here and then just pick a color of your choice. I'm going to start with red, then highlight the next word, and you can do this letter by letter if you choose, but I did each word. Choose your color, highlight, and choose your color. If you'd like, you can leave it all black or you can leave it all one color or whatever your school colors is. Be as creative or free as you want. I just use lots of colors. I'm going down here to transform and I'm just adding the curve here. I'm going to center that around the Play-Doh. And I already have my bit emojis at the bottom of the page just saved and already imported in. I also had Play-Doh down there because I didn't know how I was going to start the video. But I'm just going to bring them up. That's my assistant. And I'm just going to size her to go along with the font. And then I'll do the same for myself. I'll shift everything over because I'm kind of crammed. Okay. And then next I'll go back to Insert Word Art. And I can do the sentiment at the very bottom, which was a sentiment that you probably saw a lot in distance learning. It was talking about teaching in a room and teaching on Zoom. I kind of shortened it just for the tag. So I'm typing it out now. And I will have to adjust this and make it a little bit smaller, the font size. And if you watch my other tag video, you'll probably see some of the same techniques that I'm using here. I use them for all my tags and labels. So I'm changing the font size so it all fits on one line. It'll technically be two lines, but majority of the phrase on one line. And once again, you do not have to do the same exact thing. This just gives you ideas on how to create your own little tags for your different little favors. Alright, I think I like that. I'm just going to move it around just a little bit up. Alright, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll highlight a phrase and then I'll go up to the color of the font and change it. This time instead of word by word, I did it phrase by phrase. But like I said, you can do letter by letter, however colorful you like it, or you can keep it all one color. But you just go over here and this is where you can change the fill of the letters or the outline of the letters. And then the very last selection allows you to kind of transform it with different effects. But once you start doing this, you'll get creative. So that was my first tag, but you can do a smaller tag. You can look in here for a shape that looks more like a tag, a gift tag that you would see. And I'm just going to change the fill of this. I'm going to change the inside after I narrow this down to be no fill. And I'm going to change the outline to be black. And then it'll look a little bit more like a tag that you commonly see. Then I'll copy and paste my clip art instead of importing it all over again. Shrink it down to fit this particular space. And I'll do that for each element that we had before. So it's copy and paste, and then sizing down by dragging those corners in. Just making sure we're about the same size. Let's copy and paste. I'm just going to get that and pull it down here, and of course have to resize it. But I'm going to do the same thing for all of the elements. I'm just going to copy and paste, and instead of re-importing each element. And for the font, I'll just have to change its size by highlighting it, and that box will come up. Reposition it however you'd like. I'm just bringing it within the shape. And we're going to do the same thing for the bottom sentiment, but of course we'll have to make it a lot smaller because it's a longer phrase, I should say. So copy and then paste. Just pull it down here, and I'm gonna just drag the edges in after I resize it. And it looks small here, but when you print it out, it'll be proportioned to the tag size you chose. So this is just kind of looking back at the paper size. I'm going to insert a little small circle to make it look like a gift tag, and take out the fill of the circle and change the outline to black on that circle. Just by going back to format, hitting the outline, and then hitting or selecting black. And there you are. If you want to make maybe a circular tag, or maybe a tag that would fit in the lid, I'll show you how to do that next. I'm just gonna kind of get that to look a little bit better. Alright, so for a circle, I would do the same thing. Go to Insert and Shapes, and I would choose a circle. And you can choose whatever size you'd like, or whatever size actually fits the Play-Doh lid, or whatever you're going to package up. Let's try a fill of yellow, because most of the containers are yellow. And let's take off the outside line. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Just copy and paste each element. And you may have to resize it depending upon the shape that you chose. The circle is a little bit smaller than the tag that we created prior, so we will probably have to resize the wording again, but that's okay. You just want to achieve the desired look you want. Okay, that was behind. I'm going to go ahead and click and change and bring that in front. Change the wrap to in front of text, and that brings that to the front. Paste this, Bring it over. Come on. Okay. I'm going to bold that just because it's on top of color so it can stand out a little. Bring these up so I have a little bit more room for the text at the bottom, because we're going to make all of that fit within the circle. That was behind it too, so I'm going to change that to wrap in front. And it's still behind, so I'm going to have to change the shape. Click on the wrap for the shape and put it behind. And now the text should come to the front layer. And copy and paste. Move this back over to the first tag and get it in place just so you can see the different options. And then I'll go ahead and adjust the final part of the sentiment, changing the font to even smaller, and I'll just move it up. I'll pull those corners in so it'll be a little bit more narrow. Still just trying to get it to fit in here. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something new. To me, tags are easy to make. You just get used to playing around with the different options. But all of this was done in Word. So I'm just making a little hole for where you would punch it, changing the fill to white. That way you see the paper through it. And there are some tag options. Enjoy.